Grand Prix ISRL Esports Tier 2 about to hit the track. Getting ready here in Italy. Short qualifying is about to get underway. I'm ISRL Knight bringing you this Grand Prix with ISRL Carter in the commentator's booth. We are on round 11 of 15, I believe. Yeah? I think so, yeah. Round 11 out of 15. So getting towards the end of this championship, there's been a lot of driver changes throughout the season. So we have quite a few drivers close together fighting for that championship title right now. Obviously trying to get the best possible luck or best possible chances to get themselves into Tier 1 for Season 2. Speaking of Tier 1, 12 of the seats have been given out so far. So these guys are fighting for the remaining 8. And I think they're going to be fighting pretty hard. We have a lot of talent on the grid today. And Carter, it's the Italian Grand Prix. It's the key to win here.
Top speed, top speed, top speed. Can't have enough of it here, that's for sure. Using these, if you want to go generic on them, the maximum top speed setup that you could possibly get. Not a lot of downforce is needed. There's a couple of tricky braking zones out of the turns 1 and 2, and then that small chicane. Going into oh my gosh, Ascari in the back straightaway as well. So yeah, you do need a little bit of downforce, but I'd say it's about 80-20 in terms of the ratio between top speed and downforce.
Yeah, and it's all about the exits that you get, because after almost every sharp corner on this track, there's a long straightaway. The exception is going into the Lesmos, where it's only a short run up. As we're watching Lorenzo in the Alfa Romeo getting up to it right now. But yeah, you really want to maximize your speed at the end of each straightaway, and that means getting through the corner as quickly as possible. And you hear in the background because I popped up the stream to share right now. Apologies for that. But yeah, you make a mistake, you get a little bit of oversteer, understeer, and it can compromise your whole lap. You can lose a lot of time there. So
yeah, and you mentioned getting good exits out of the Parabolica is crucial if you want to have a run into someone going into the first chicane.
Yeah, and Parabolic is kind of it's kind of a weird corner in a sense. We're gonna watch Mushroom going through it right now. In that when you're doing your out lap, you want to maximize your speed, right? So you want to take it really, really wide and ride that curve almost, and just kind of get as much of it as you can. But then when you're finishing your hot lap, you want to cut basically the corner as much as you can and get to the line, because the finish line's so close to the exit of Parabolica on this track. So it's an interesting corner. You got to take it two different ways on your qualifying lap. In the race, it doesn't really matter because you're trying to always jumps the curb there. I'm just gonna put the track map on. Let's put the lap data. Everything's ready. And Mushroom gets a big moment there. He's really struggling to get that racing point under control here, as he's just fighting that car left and right. But he's our first driver on his outlap, so he's basically going to be setting the standard, I should say, to start this qualifying session. There's still a lot of time to go. I don't think he's going to stay at the front too long with the drivers that we have here. Gets a bit of a toe on that Ferrari. Gets close.
Too close to that. Wow.
The good thing he pulled out there. He's running low fuel. He's already low on fuel. He's going to be limping that car home, and that's good. That was so close to disqualifying his lap, as he sets a 121.3. LAS Chris Can, who probably got held up a little bit there in the early stages of that lap, sets a 122.0. Who's on a timed lap right now? Let's switch over to the Red Bull of Alex J. He's coming across the line right now. There's a yellow flag in Sector 1. That's Mushroom, I believe, after the chicane, letting some cars by. Alex J goes fourth, fastest in that Red Bull. Not the start he wanted. I think he probably made a mistake somewhere, because let me just turn my ringtone off. This is completely unrelated to the race, but I keep getting these random spam calls that last about half a second. So Alex J gets a little, goes through the, it lasts about half a second and then they hang up on me. So annoying. But anyway, back to the Grand Prix here. Who should we? Is there anyone on a flyer right now?
Sofian's coming around Parabolica right now.
So let's hop on board with him. You want to walk us through this lap? Or no, he's finishing his lap, isn't he?
Yeah, he's just about to finish it.
That's I think that's a Haas behind him, taking advantage of that toe. It's catastrophic. Yeah, so he took advantage of that toe, put his Haas into third. Sofian goes sixth fastest in the Red Bull. Catastrophic on the medium tires.
Wow.
That's a very fast lap here. Let's get the tire data
if you
up.
Look at Mushroom on provisional pole on the hard tire.
Did he set that lap on hard tires?
Yeah,
that's pretty good then. That's a very good lap for Mushroom.
Well, let's wait and see. Actually, yeah, I think he may have. And if he did, that is an incredible lap. As JR now.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of drivers here on the harder compounds of this qualifying session. Not many softs out there so far. I think everyone's just getting their banker lap in because there's still a lot of time in qualifying. If you were going to start on those tires, you probably wouldn't be setting your lap time in now. I'm just going to get this stream shared on our Facebook page really quickly. Tommy dives in the pits there. He was on a flyer. I probably disqualified it. As Jared goes fast. It's 126 on the mediums. And Spoon, I believe, is just starting his lap. So we're going to ride on board with the McLaren here. Do you want to walk us through his lap?
Yeah, just getting out of the first chicane. It's a really, really tricky braking zone, especially having DRS going at that top speed. If you have the track line on, it tells you to brake a lot sooner or a lot later than you actually should. So kind of hard to judge that. This is another kind of tricky braking zone. Due to the first corner, you want to brake later than it actually tells you to, as he now is ending that lap. But as I said, you want to brake earlier than it tells you to get the best line through there, not to try and hit that curb going out of the second part of the chicane. Another tricky corner here. Don't want to go wide. Because if you touch that gravel, you will go for a spin most likely. And the back straight DRS under the tunnel, I mean, quite simple. It's masterful if you've got a car in front of you helping out with slipstream. And now into Ascari, another easy corner, actually right there, as you see. If you took that line, you would have been invalidated. Very easy corner to cut. The curb on the second turn in Ascari is also kind of tricky, and then the quick left-hander to come out of it. As now onto the Parabolica, it's a weird corner. You almost feel like it has two apexes.
He's going to dive into the pits here.
Yeah. Parabolica almost feels like it has two apexes with the changing and sharpness of the turn. And then it's just a sprint to the line after that.
Yeah, it's very quick lap around here, both in time and in speed. It is not nicknamed the Temple of Speed for no reason. Chilmo invalidates his flying lap, so he's going to have to go back to the garage and try again, unless he wants to run two on those soft tires. Let's hop on board with Mushroom here. He's on the softs. Not sure if he's going to be able to... Oh, he goes very, very deep into that chicane. That's going to cost him.
Yeah. That was just my point. It's a weird braking zone. If you have that assistance on where you could see the braking zone through the racing line, it's so weird. It tells you to brake, a little bit further in than you'd probably want to, going that fast with DRS.
Yeah, and he's going to invalidate his lap there. He's going to have to try again. Better luck next time for Mushroom. Let's hop on board with the fitted tires here. We're going to see a lot more softs come out soon. Scar Logan in that Renault, he's been having a string of really good races lately. We're going to see if he can keep it up. He started this season a little bit slow, but you've seen him steadily improve throughout the year, I find. And in the last couple of races, he's always been, if not fighting for the top, there to play a hand in it.
He's always, ever since China, I think it was after moving from Tier 1 to Tier 2, getting that race win, I believe, 1-2 for Renault. Kind of hard to go up from winning, but not only has he done that, you could see a slight improvement every race, as you said. So it's good to see that after a tough demotion.
Yeah, and definitely someone who kept that head up and kept fighting because yeah, he's his racecraft has done nothing but improve throughout the year. He's on his out lap now. He's going to be starting his hot lap on the medium tires, so we're going to see if he can probably, hopefully, battle those guys at the top. Definitely some time to take out. His out lap was 4 seconds faster than his previous one, so we're gonna see what he can do here. He's getting through that first chicane. Looks so far so good, I want to say. I'm just gonna quickly, sorry if it's gonna interrupt the broadcast, I'm just gonna quickly adjust my party settings so we can get more of these race cars out here, more of the sound. There you go. So we're gonna be able to hear these guys roaring through the circuit.
It was too wide.
And yeah, so he's gonna take the Lewis Hamilton line through there.
But he was forced off. That's another conversation.
Yeah. But and it wasn't during qualifying. But yeah, unfortunate for Scar Logan here. As I'm done sharing the stream and everything, I get to sit back in front of my TV and pay attention to these dying stages of qualifying.
Ferrari tandem going down into Ascari now. Is this setting up to give some toe? Down the
yeah, they're both on an out lap right now, so one of them's gonna have to back out, or else I think we're gonna end up with a little bit of getting each other's ways. Chilmo's not backing out. Vito is in front. He has no reason to back out. Chilmo's going to go wide there. It's definitely going to invalidate his next lap. No, it's not. Very lucky there for Chilmo. Let's get on board with Vito in that 52. Let's pull up the standings here. Vito had a good start to the season. He's kind of dropped back from the front in the following couple of weeks, but nonetheless,
take a look at his helmet though, repping the Italy flag here in a Ferrari at Monza.
Yeah, and as we're talking about that, Jer goes ahead and sets a 1:19.6 monster lap for him. He's going to be starting at the front on those soft tires. Jer, very, very quick driver. He started in this tier. He is in tier 1 now, but he's still racing here and there because it technically was his seat. And he's just showing those bad boys how to do it, I think. Monster lap from Jer in the Racing Point.
Yeah, neither of these Ferraris backed off. They're both Vito's still carrying out in front.
And is Mo anywhere close to him? Yeah, Mo, big moment there from Mo. We just caught the end of that. He's going to get a little bit of a split stream here, I think. Maybe just the tail end of it. That should help his lap.
Chilmo, you'd want to be a little bit closer than that if you wanted any effect or a significant effect on the slipstream. Vito goes third, and Chilmo, of course, he does top him. Only about a tenth separated than Chilmo wanted a little bit more than that.
Neck and neck from the Ferraris here. Neck and neck, so close in qualifying. Don't want to clog up turn 1 as we do have Scar Logan going out for another lap on used medium. So I think he's pretty set on starting the race on that harder compound. Scar Logan is. Is there strategy call probably?
Oh, sorry. What it's looking like is, or at least at the beginning, is maybe they thought, a banker lap just to get the feel of the hard tires. But it'd be interesting to see if anyone actually goes into hard tires during the race.
Mm-hmm.
I think a soft medium or a medium soft, as we saw in real life, is probably the most likely scenario. Of course, things do go wrong.
Yeah, I can definitely see a couple people probably diving in after an early safety car.
Yeah, I was just about to say, if you wreck, or if you're in a safety car and on lap 1 or 2 and want to go onto the hard tires to leave the race, that's probably the only scenario that you're likely to see the hard tires come out.
Scar Logan, the only man on a hot lap right now. I believe he's sandwiched, but he was sandwiched between the two Ferraris. One of them has gone a little further. No, they're all going to dive into the pits.
Whoa.
Scar Logan thinks about it twice as Vito's coming roaring in behind him. But that was close, but no harm done there. We have a Toro Rosso on track. He's the man. We're going to ride on board with him, quite literally, and see his way as he's going through the Curva Grande right now. into... this is, yeah, no, this isn't Ascari. What's the name of this chicane? Does it have a name? I forget.
Help you. I mean, I'm sure it does.
I forget right now. But getting a little bit held up by that Williams there. No, doesn't look like it cost him too much time. Oh, but it says he's on his out lap. Okay. When I switched over to him, it said he was on a timed lap, and now it's saying on his it's on his out lap.
Interesting. I saw it too. I could have sworn he was on a timed lap.
Well, no, he's definitely on a hot lap because he's in hot lap mode right now, and he's got about half his ZRS. So no, he is still on an out lap here. I think it's probably just a hot lap here. Probably just a little glitch with the game. He's going to take that parabolic a little bit too wide. It's not going to validate his lap time though. And he's going to be crossing the line, not going to improve his time.
Oh, yeah.
Not going to improve that time. So probably got held up a little bit too much by that Williams. Maybe the parabolica cost him just a little bit.
Just took a dip into the gravel there. Don't want to switch to off-road right about now. That's really going to hurt his top out.
And it's also with the grass and the gravel getting stuck on your tires. It's going to definitely affect your cornering and your speed for a couple corners. But he is still 4/10 up on his lap, monster lap from Cruz so far. I do believe his other lap was set on a harder tire compound, but with his little trip through the gravel, definitely, I think he's going to be happy with that. As far as it stands, if he doesn't lose any time, he should be up into P5. We're going to see if he can keep it that way. As Spoon, I believe, just set someone else just set a new lap time up there. I think that's Spoon going up into P2. Cruz goes P3 with a 120.3. So nobody getting close to Jer so far, but a lot of people getting close to each other. Look at the gap between second and all the way going down to 6th. 0.4 dividing these guys right here. So they're close. The Ferraris are out in a tandem again. Look at that. These guys never stop fighting, I guess, eh?
Yeah, and Mushroom's also out for try number 4 for a new hot lap after he set his first on the hard tires.
Has he not improved his lap yet?
No, well, he hasn't completed a lap yet. Every time he goes out for one, he dives back into the pits, gets a little slipstream there from the McLaren.
Might be playing with his front wing a little bit as we see the Ferraris starting their lap here.
Should got a little bit loose coming out of Ascari. Now go down, going into Parabolica.
Oh, and that's Mo trying to let Vito through, but Vito goes really, really deep because I'm not sure Vito was expecting it, if I'm being entirely honest here. He's going through Curva Grande now. We're going to see if it costs him some time as he gets to the Sector 1 timing line. No, I don't think it has. He's 3/10 up on his time right now.
And
oh, Mushroom's out.
To second.
Goes up to second. Yeah. Oh, but he retired probably manually. Okay. Thought we had another little incident there.
He's going to have to get that. The thing about doing it manually on the track is that, you don't know how long until the next marshal post where it could pull over, which can cause a little bit of havoc for the other guys. Is now the time has run out, and I can't seem to switch drivers apparently.
Yep, so we are at the end of qualifying here. People are getting towards the end of their laps. Scar Logan! Oh, what happened there?
Jer was disqualified.
So Jer was disqualified. That promotes Scar, but Scar Logan sets a 1:19.7 at the exact same time. So Scar Logan goes into pole position there. We missed that. Vito goes 3rd. Cruz is on a hot lap right now. So is Sophion. Sophion's going to be crossing the line first. Where is he going to go?
Jer was disqualified for parking the car in a dangerous location. Was he trying to let somebody over?
He might be.
Did it in a dangerous place.
He might be.
To last.
It may also have been intentional. I know he likes starting from the back, especially when he reserves. He likes to stay clear of the incidents. So it might have been an intentional call from Jarrett. We're going to have to wait and see. We're going to have to talk to him after this race, probably.
As Cruz, that's it.
Yeah, So that's it for qualifying. Cruz goes fifth fastest, but he's on very old soft tires. He's set 3 lap times on those tires already, so he's going to be struggling a little bit quicker than everyone else in this race. But that's it for qualifying here in Italy. Yeah, Ferrari dangerously parked on the on the track there.
Can't really drive with 3 wheels.
Did he hit the wall? I missed that.
I think it was just a cars crashing into each other after qualifying. That whole thing.
So yeah, looks like our grid is gonna be Scar Logan and Mushroom on our front row in the Renault and the Racing Point. Vito, Spoon, Cruz, Catastrophic behind them, and then Chilmo, Sofian, Lorenzo, and Yuri round out our top 10. Top 8 separated by less than a second. It's a very close grid here in Monza, but Scar Logan a good 3/10 clear of everyone else. Jer, of course, getting disqualified at the end. We're gonna have to wait and see if that's intentional or an accident there. Either way, it sucks for him. He's gonna be starting at the back of the grid as we're getting ready here for the race. I ask you this every week. I want to hear your opinion on it. Again, who are the drivers we have to watch today?
Well, again, I love the overcut strategy. Start on the harder compound. And I'm going to go for it again with Sofian, who set a pretty decent lap compared to the guys around him on the medium tire. I think he was 9/10 off of pole, but was only about a 10th or 2/10 behind the guys directly in front of him. So look out for him. Didn't get a good enough look at the standings. So I'm just going to go with Sofian. Again, the way it can backfire, though, is if he gets caught up in an incident. I was thinking about a safety car. A big enough safety car to where you have multiple drivers going for hard tires, I guess, too. But we'll just have to wait and see.
Yeah, as we're getting ready for, we're starting, rather, the formation lap here. Yeah, so Fion, definitely a good pick to look out for. I'm going to throw my hat in the ring and say that I think...
Before you say it, I do want to watch out for Jer as well.
Yeah, I wasn't going to say Jer because I think everyone knows we have to watch out for Jer. He's at monster pace in qualifying. Is that one of the Ferraris isn't moving? I think that's Mo not wanting to do the formation lap again. I don't think he knows that his tires are going to be very cold if he doesn't do that.
Yeah.
But I was going to say Cruz set that lap time on used softs, so he's going to have to pit early. But if there's an early safety car, that could play into his strategy very, very well, as he could have already had pitted on those harder tires. Probably put the hards on, go to the end of the race.
Yeah, you only see 2 of the bottom half of the field, with the free choice of tires, choosing the softs. Tommy and Alex saying that they'd rather go fast and for a short amount of time at the beginning. And while I say that, Mushroom has, well, whoever's in the second spot has just left Scar Logan out to dry. He's so far ahead, and I think he's finally starting to realize it. Yeah, he's starting to slow back down and get bunched back up. He would have been left along with Chilmer on the grid for a long time.
Yeah, he would have had very, very cold tires by the start of this race. But looks like the pack has bunched back up. We're getting around Parabolica here. We're getting to the start of the ISRL Tier 2 Italian Grand Prix. We were on break last week, no action on track. We had a little mini series in our GT Sport race, obviously. Carried on as normal, but these guys are a week refreshed. They haven't had any racing last weekend. They're getting eager to start again. At least I hope they are, as they're getting lined up on the grid here. So it's going to be Renault, Racing Point, Ferrari, McLaren, Alfa Romeo, Haas. We have a super diverse top 6 here, not a single constructors repeating. And we're getting just ready for the lights here. Going to switch over to Scar Logan as the rest of the field bunches up. Now we're going to have our usual delay, I think.
Most likely. You just watch for the revs and the engines.
Basically. So they're getting started now. We're probably waiting for the lights, and they're off. I don't know what this angle is, but we're looking at Scar. There you go. They're getting a good start. There is Spoon, and Vito actually already on the way by Mushroom. and he's going to be going into side by side into the chicane. Everyone getting a little bit clean. The Red Bulls taken to the escape road on the inside there to avoid contact. Vito goes into P2. That's Catastrophic taking the spot from Mushroom for 4th here. We have a VSC already as one of the Red Bulls getting a little bit loose. That's Alex Juh. He's broken his wing. I think he got on the grass there and losing control of his car. So VSC, that's going to neutralize the race just a little bit, but it's not going to bunch anyone up. It's not going to ruin anything. We're going to get right back in the action soon. And
That's really unfortunate for Alex. With the amount of wing damage that he has, he would have really hoped for maybe a full safety car.
Yeah. He's going to have to pit for sure. Everyone's just trying to get their tires still nice and warm. Oh, that's Catastrophic. Not sure what's happening there. He's going to get a little bit of grass, not paying attention under VSC, but we're going to get started again here. Look how much Catastrophic has fallen back. Spoon going to go side by side into the Sky Chicane, and Spoon loses. Oh my goodness. Huge wreck here.
Oh my gosh.
What is happening here? Spoon getting sideways, and he takes out 2 other cars as Tommy and Sophion both getting collected in that. I think the stewards are going to have to look at Catastrophic there. Catastrophic left him no room on the inside. Huge incident there, but we're not getting any safety cars here. As
I have to disagree with you. Chill Mo went in a little bit too rough and made contact with the back of Spoon. Is
that what happened?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's exactly what happened.
I thought he got squeezed out by the Haas. We're going to have to take a look at that on the replay. We got it on stream, thankfully. That's a huge carnage in the aftermath there. We got a lot of cars in the pits. Spoon losing 10 spots as a result of that incident, but Vito attacking the rear of Scar Logan already. The top 3 staying close together, and that Ferrari is going to be looking for a piece of that Renault sooner rather than later. Looks like the field is starting to spread a little bit. We got a battle in the back here. Yuri's defending from Jared. Jared already up 6 positions, making the most of those early race incidents to catch up to the rest of the field. He's probably going to be looking to make a move on the Williams teammates here soon. Mushroom gets the first penalty of the race as he probably goes a little bit wide at Ascari. And looks like
I think Vito might have a good opportunity here. He's pretty close. If he can get a good exit out of Parabolic.
Yeah, Vito only 0.4 away from Scar Logan. There's no DRS yet. If I'm Vito, I would probably just wait till I get DRS. I can get a good chance in. Scar Logan sets the fastest lap of the race with a 1:23.6, not too far off from what we saw some guys qualifying on. Cruz going into the pits. I did say his tires were going to fall off early. I didn't think they were going to fall off that early. We're going to see if maybe he needs a wing change. Yeah, he does need a wing change, so that's the reason for his early pit stop. He's going to put the medium tires on and soldier on here.
Personally, I would have probably gone for the hards rather than be safe than sorry. But, we'll see what happens. You never know.
Yeah, there might be a late race safety car. Jared going for the move on Chris Cando. He's going to tuck back in there. You saw him peek out and look and think about it. He dispatched his teammate earlier in this lap as he got past Yuri on the main straight, but he's going to be all over the back of LAS Chris right here. DRS is going to be opening. DRS is open this lap, so he should get DRS. There he goes. He's going to pop the flap open, and he's going to be closing. Going to go on the inside. Yeah, he's going to go on the inside. So easy move from
Azen is out.
Azen's out. Not sure what happened there as he crashes out. Where did Azen crash out? He's in the middle of nowhere. We have a VSC here. Another one as Cruz. We're just going to ride on board with Cruz. See where Azen's out here.
Mushroom's going to take this opportunity to get off of these soft tires. Only one out of the top 4 to make this decision.
So Azen was under the bridge. He was out under the bridge. Not sure what happened there. But Mushroom's going to pit. He's not going to lose too much time under this VSC. He's going to lose some positions.
Oh, it ends early, though. Ends very early.
Yeah. Yuri as well pitting to get off those soft tires. So Mushroom trying to go for the undercut here. We're going to have to wait and see if that works. He was falling a little bit further off this top 2 here. And I'm going to get this telemetry open. I want to see who's pushing and who's saving. As Yeah, Vito, they're both kind of saving. Vito's playing this very patiently now, hoping to see Scar Logan make a mistake, I think. We have a yellow flag in Sector 1. That doesn't look like it's for anything. And Vito, look how close he's getting here. He gets a very, very good exit out of the Ascari chicane here. He could set up for a move, possibly into Parabolica. Goes wide on the exit, but that's good. That's what you want on this track. He's a little too far back, though, I think, to do anything. He's going to have to rely on the DRS on the main straight. Goes a little bit deep into Parabolica here. Not the line you want. But I think he should be close enough to make a move here. He's going to open DRS here. Gonna hop into overtake. Look at him closing it on Scar Logan. Scar Logan's gonna defend the inside here. They're side by side into the break zone, but Scar Logan's gonna tuck in behind. Wise move there from the Renault. You don't want to pick a fight. You're not gonna win. They're both gonna have to pit soon anyways, so if he gets lucky, he might be able to hop ahead of the Ferrari here. But Vito into the lead of the Italian Grand Prix on lap 5 out of 27. So that's the fastest Sector 1 to boot, as he looks about setting his and increasing his lead here. And Cardi, tell me, are we getting any battles in the rear of the grid here? I think the deck...
I just saw Sophion in the deck trade positions. I think, yeah, the deck's going to hope for that DRS down the back straight to help him, but Scar Logan, he's not really falling back as much as I thought. He's sticking with it.
Yeah.
But you brought up a good point, is that both of these guys are going to have to pit pretty soon.
Look how close Scar Logan is here.
Yeah. If I were him, I'd wait for the front straight to get more of an opportunity, more room for error.
That's exactly what he's going to do. And speaking of room for error, Vito goes deep into Parabolica, hands the position over to Scar Logan. And Scar Logan, look at that. He already has a 1 second lead and DRS on this straightaway thanks to that mistake. Vito mistiming his braking zone. That was not a kind of mistake you want to do when you're in the lead of your home Grand Prix here. Well, I don't know if it's his home Grand Prix, but it's certainly his team's home Grand Prix. And that's going to hand Scar Logan over. Basically just hands him first place there. Says, thank you very much. I'll take that. And I'm going to go right back to what I was doing before.
Yeah, the field's starting to spread out a bit. Only real battle we've got is the deck trying to catch back up to Sophion.
Both on used medium tires here. They both started the race on this compound. And...
Sophion actually fell back in the 14th after that incident earlier in the race, but he's already made it back up to his starting spot.
I think Sophion is actually pulling away from the deck more than the deck is catching up to him. Yuri on the rear of Spoon here, who's slightly recovered from that early race incident. I don't think he took too much damage from that, but it certainly sent him to the back of the pack, as that McLaren's going to be looking to... get some points back. He is fighting for the championship. That is going to cost him quite a bit. I'm going to pull open these standings here. And, yeah, Spoon. Oh, no, Spoon's down in 10th now. So Spoon definitely lost some ground here. Elias Chriscan, he's our championship leader. He's down in 7th. Vito is going to be overtaking him as we stand in the championship. And, yeah, so as it stands right now, live standings, we have Vito, who's going to be taking the lead of the championship over Chris Can, unless Chris Can has something to say about it. But it looks like actually he's going to be under attack from Sophion, so he's going to be losing more points here unless he can he can flip this race around. He is on the medium tire, so he's not going to have to pit. He's going to go for that overcut strategy you love, and hopefully that pays out for him.
Yeah, I think for these soft tire runners, the pit window is probably going to open next lap, last a couple of laps, give them a good little window to decide when is the time to switch, because it's interesting. These soft tires will last the longest stint of soft tires due to the lack of corners.
Yeah, I would assume these soft tires should be good to go, probably 10 laps or so. That would leave you roughly 15, 17 on the mediums. That would make sense. We're going to have to wait and see when these guys start pitting. Doesn't look like they're about to so far. Vito and Scar Logan not getting any further apart from each other. Jer is going to go for a move on Lorenzo Scarfo. So Jer on those medium tires. We're starting to see a little bit more pace from these guys on the harder compound as they're starting to catch up to the front runner pack. Look at that. We have a big pack in the back. Look at these three cars here. The Red Bull of Sophion, LAS Chris, and the deck all very, very close to each other on the medium tire compounds. And they're going to be, hopefully, not getting in the way of each other, because their goal right now isn't for position. Their goal right now is to close that gap to those soft tire runners and basically null the advantage that they gain from starting on the softer tire compound. So ideally for them, they don't fight. They just kind of train and pull each other through DRS, getting closer to that front pack. Jer, on the other hand, his strategy is to just outpace them with raw pace as he goes very wide there. You don't want to pick up any penalties at this stage in the race. They're going to come and bite you back later.
Yeah, he just set the fastest middle sector.
Yeah, might have something to do with the fact he extended that corner about 300 meters, but we'll still give it to him as Chilmo goes a little bit wide on Parabolica, and that's going to cost them a little bit of time to Jared. Jared is going to dive in there, and yeah, that's going to be an easy pass from him. Lorenzo picks up a 5-second penalty for pitting, speeding in the pit lane as he pits to get rid of those soft tires. So it looks like 8 laps. That's all. Is that Mo? Yeah, Mo made some contact with Jared. Mo's parked in the middle of the apex. So that's going to be a penalty. Jerry's parked on the apex, going to lose some positions there. A little bit of contact on the rear there. If he picks up, yeah, he's going to, I think we're going to have to waive that penalty for Jer. Because got spun around, tried to rejoin the circuit, took a penalty for that. We're going to have to see about that later.
More contact. The deck, right in the back of Chris Can.
And I think that should only hurt the deck, as that front wing is, yeah, look at that. He's already struggling on the downforce. It doesn't look like he has any
no, he doesn't have any damage
though. So
hindered Chris Can's braking zone.
Yeah, maybe just getting some dirty air and missing his braking zone there. But yeah, that looks like that hurt the Jared. Mo definitely felt bad about that. He stopped in the middle of the corner, tried to give the Jared, I keep calling him the Jared, but try to give Jared a chance to get back on track, but Jared was completely spun around. Scar Logan dives into the pits. Vito does it, so Vito's going to go for the overcut here on the soft tires. Scar Logan, we're going to see what he pits on. I think that's the medium compound. Yes, it is. So Scar puts on the medium compound tire and gets back on his way. He's going to be coming out in, it's going to be very close with the Mushroom here.
Now Jared's going to have to get on maroon.
Oh, that's Jer actually. The Mushroom's going to be catching up to him, but Jer's going to get safely ahead of the Renault. So our leader, on-track leader, falls down to 8th. Vito is going to be trying to put in a monster lap here as those soft tires, look at that, they're falling off the cliff. You can see the wear on them. You can see that car slipping all over the track, and he's going to be trying to just eke out just enough time to hopefully close that 1 second gap Scar Logan had before. I don't think he's gonna do it. I'm seeing him drive right now, and he's hitting every corner. He's not making any mistakes.
In the back, runs around and out.
So Catastrophic crashed out of P2 here, and he's parked in the middle of the racetrack.
And a VSC.
And that's a VSC. So that Vito is saved by the bell as he dives into the pits right now, and he's gonna be able to put those medium tires on. He's probably thanking the lucky stars right now as he gets those tires on. He's gonna be out of the pits before the VSC ends, I think. And we're gonna see here.
And where's Scar? Oh my!
Scar Logan's coming around Parabolica right now.
The lead.
So that VSC just came over and changed the outcome of this race. Chris Can manages to just get himself in the lead, but he's gonna have to pit at least once this race. And Vito into second, Scar Logan into fourth. He's probably a little bit mad right now as we get back underway here. So that's that virtual safety car basically I was saying that Vito was hoping he would be able to outpace Scar Logan on this lap. I don't think he was counting on doing it that way, but it certainly helped. And just like that,
Wow.
Vito is in P2, and he has Jer between him and Scar Logan.
Exactly. He's got a buffer of a slower car, or at least more worn tires between him and his next competition.
Yeah, because I don't think Jer classifies as a slow car by any means.
Yeah, let me retract that.
He's been on pace all day so far, and he's catching up to Vito already. Vito, obviously, he doesn't have any heat in those tires yet. We have a nice pack in the front here. They're going to be fighting. Look at how close they are. We're going to have to see if maybe there's any DRS overtakes happening here. We're going to check into the comments here. Gurdon says, good call by Vito. Yeah, very good call by Vito, waiting that extra lap. I'm sure Scar wishes he would have done that, as Vito's going to go for the lead here, and he's going to go down the inside of Chris Can. Gets that move done easily. So now Vito has 2 cars in between him and Scar Logan, and Scar Logan's not going to be in any measure to make an attack here on this corner. He's going to lose even more time.
He's getting held up by, or not held up, but the more time he's behind these 2 drivers of Chris Can and Jer, it's just hurting his chances of winning this race.
Yeah, and Jer and Chris Can swap positions, but Scar Logan is still behind the both of them. That doesn't help him one bit. Chris Can losing a couple of seconds there. I think he hopped that curb a little bit too much. He's already far from Jer, and that's going to leave him vulnerable to... oh, look at the Alfa Romeos battling on track. Cruz and Lorenzo. I have to switch over to that real quick. Oh, Lorenzo gets on the gravel. He gets a little bit loose, and that gives Cruz a position back. That was an excellent battle. They went side by side into the chicane, and just Lorenzo getting a little bit too much on the exit here. And look how much Scar Logan is losing because of Chris Can. Chris Can's already 1.3 seconds behind Jer, and Scar Logan is 0.4 behind him. Scar Logan needs to turn the engine up. He has 95% ERS. He needs to be on overtake mode right now and get past Chris Can as quick as possible, because Jer and Vito are just pulling away, and that's going to cost him. That could cost him the win in the end here.
But then again, if Vito ends up getting having to get into a battle with Jer, that might, as Scar Logan now does, get past Chris Can. They're actually side by side.
Yeah, he gets past him, but not past him enough.
But as I was saying, if Jer gets into a battle with Vito,
we have a safety car.
Tommy retires.
Same place as Catastrophic. So that safety car, is that going to help anyone? Yes.
Well, they're not. I thought they were closer to the pit entry, but I mean it'll still help Jer and Scar Logan and Chris Can, but yeah.
These medium tire
a lot, because as I was trying to say for the 3rd time now, is that if these guys were getting into a battle, Scar Logan's loss might be negated by these guys or by Vito getting slowed down by battling the racing point.
It's going to be entirely negated now, as the field's going to bunch up again before the restart. But I'm thinking about it here. This safety car came about 2 laps too early for our medium tire runners. They could put the hard tires on now, but
you don't want to stretch soft tires. Yeah, that's a scenario. Whoa, what is this?
Jer getting ahead here. Oh, he's going to pit, so he doesn't really care too much. I think Vito was just slowing down a lot to match the delta, and caught Jer up by surprise, and Jer's just said, all right, you know what, I am pitting. Let's see. Is he going to put the hard tires on? No, Jer's going to go on the softs. So Jer is going to try to make those softs last all the way to the end. He's going to serve that penalty. So we may see him, depending on what the stewards decide, get 5 seconds knocked off his final race time there. But
another interesting thing from his teammate Mushroom, under the full safety car, it's going to be during the end of the race, he's going to really start to struggle, I think, more. Would you have gone in and put on the medium tires here if you were a Mushroom?
Yes, I have to say yeah. I can understand not wanting to give up track position, and I can understand him hoping for probably another incident near the end where he can put on the softs. But I would have played it safe. I would have probably just given up the spot or two. You look behind him, there's nobody close to them right now. He would have gotten out.
Almost 14 seconds behind. If not, yeah, he would have come out maybe behind Chilmo, maybe behind Jer.
Well, you would have came out behind Jer, I think, because Jer was ahead of him going into it. But he would have probably been 6th or 7th, and then you're on the better tire compound. You don't have to pit again until the end for sure.
And now he's definitely going to be under attack once this race gets back going again, because look at the guys behind him. You got Chilmo, very, very new medium tires. Jer on brand spanking new softs. See Chris Can on new hards. So
he has the oldest tires on the grid right now. He's basically gonna be a moving roadblock for anyone behind him. And if he pits now, then he's given up way too many positions. He would still be able to come out ahead of Lorenzo, I think. No, ahead of Cruz.
No. Behind the deck or behind Cruz, for sure.
Well, Cruz, yeah. But I think he's going to be sticking on those hard tires. Definitely looks that way for now. Tyler says, Nick, you sexy sounding beast. Thank you, Tyler.
I'm here
try my best. Carter obviously is the opposite. We got to balance out, so he sounds like the Gollum under the bridge, and I sound like the sexy beast. Thank you very much. Anyways, so back to the race here. I think we're definitely getting at least one other lap under safety car here as they clean out the debris from Tommy's incident. Surprised that one brought the safety car up, but not the deck, as they were very, very similar. But turns out, catastrophic, not the deck. The deck is still in 8th, and he's doing good. So, yeah, I have to say, you may understand it better than me. I don't understand Jer's call to go on the softs right now. I understand he can't go on the mediums again because he was on the mediums, but I would have stayed on the mediums.
Yeah, it's a tricky. I'd hate to be in that situation because, hards. I mean, if play it safe, go with the hards, you're going to get to the end of the race, 100%. But you're on the hards while everyone else is on mediums and softs. You saw. I mean, he was closing into Vito on 12 lap old medium tires, so he obviously has a knack for stretching stints out. So I mean, maybe he knows something that we don't, and that but they're really gonna fall off a cliff after about 10 laps. So yeah, it's a tough call. I would have gone with the hards just to be safe, but.
Yeah, now if the safety car does an extra lap, and it's looking like it will, we haven't gotten a notification, that leaves him to do 11 full pace laps on those soft tires. And if he's good at managing those tires, he could last to the end. We could see that from him. But regardless, Vito and Scar Logan are also going to the end, and they're going to have a lot more pace than him at the end. Looked like Mushroom was about to pit there. We're actually going to see Chris
Can into the pits.
Chris Can pit. Is there wing damage maybe?
I think maybe there might have been. I saw it just before the camera cut.
Yeah, we definitely saw a lot of these guys bunched up together under safety car. Yeah, there is a wing out for him, so probably got a little bit too close for comfort there for that Williams. He's going to have to change his wing. That's going to cost him. Where was he? He was in
8th.
Yeah, he was in the points.
I don't know. Yeah, but he was definitely in the points. He's going on to the soft tires. And actually, I think that is, it's teetering for me. I feel like I'd be a lot more comfortable if I were him than Jer, but it's still teetering.
Yeah, see, Jer's already has 2 laps on those, 3 if you count this one.
Exactly, yeah.
He's going to catch up to the field here, and he's going to have only 10 laps to do, which we have seen those soft tires do. Right?
Yes.
So that might actually be very good for Chris Can, provided he can catch up to the field here.
Yeah, that was my next point, is that yeah, he will. He'll be fine. He will catch up to the field, but in that catching up to the field, you're going up. You have a lot more pace, and you're pushing harder than you were. You're just in the pack, so that's going to probably eke out a little bit of life from those tires as well.
Yeah, now if I'm him, I slow down here because the field, yeah, you're definitely catching up to the field. And still no notification. Yeah, I think the safety car is coming in this lap. as we see Vito bunching up the pack. You're going to be careful. You don't want to get too bunched up. See everyone just
NASCAR style
spreading over the racetrack. Yeah, they're going side by side for this restart. I think everyone taking my advice that I gave the other day. I said, guys, just go to the opposite side of the racetrack from the guy in front of you so you can't ram right into the back of him. Chris Can picks up another penalty.
Oh my god. Did he damage his front wing again?
We're gonna see here. I have him on the cameras. Let's just hope. Oh, Vito just guns it here. I just saw, and it doesn't look like Chris Can has any damage there. That's going to be a matter for another day, as Vito just absolutely guns it around Parabolica. And Scar Logan had a little bit of trouble to keep up. That gap almost went up to a second right away. But that's Mushroom. He's going to be thinking about, is he going to go for it? No, he's not going to go for it. Thought better of that one. That was a good idea from Mushroom. He was nowhere close to make that move. And Jer, oh, look at how close Jer is to Chilmo. They're going to go side by side through Curva Grande. They're wheel to wheel. And I think Jer is going to be coming out on top here, as Chilmo's not ready to give out. We're going to see he's going to dive into the corner. Oh, that's so close. Chilmo almost loses the front, and Jer gets a little bit crooked there. That's going to cost some time to the group ahead. Look how close Mushroom is to Scar Logan. Everybody just trying to get a piece of what they can.
Onto the field. Somehow, everybody missed him.
Lorenzo spinning out there. That's going to cost them, but not as much as it's going to cost Chris Can, who had to pit again. I didn't even miss. I missed that he had to pit again. That he threw his points away. That's going to cost him in the championship. Lorenzo retires from the session. Probably says, you know what, I'm out of the points. I'm not catching up now, and I'll take my pride and I'll go home. But Jer already right behind his teammate. We're probably going to see some team orders here at Racing Point, as Jer on the much faster tire compound, much faster driver today as well. And Mushroom defending hard, though. He's not ready to give up that position. Multi-21 was not called in today. And Jer not going to... Oh, Mushroom actually going to go around the outside here. Mushroom fighting back. I don't know why he's doing that. His teammate has the pace. His teammate has the better tires. And Mushroom just not willing to give up that position. He ended up costing himself a little bit more time there.
You know what? I never thought they would get back to this, but once again, Scar Logan and Vito are once again battling it out after everything that's happened. It's just like they were just here like a second ago, but after everything that's transpired, and the Racing Points, are we in our grid order right now in the top four?
No, Jer was started way at the back, but beyond that, Mushroom was in third. So
Scar Logan goes deep.
Yeah, but Catastrophic is DNF, so there goes our team order. We have that's Cruz. Cruz spun out there. In Ascari, but he gets back underway. Doesn't look like there's any damage there, so lucky for everyone. That actually promotes Alex Cho, who had a tough race start into the points. He's in 10th. He's going to get that single point, but he should get a point if he can hold on. And Scar Logan, no DRS. It has not been reactivated yet. That's good for him, too, because that keeps the Jer. I keep calling him the Jer, and I don't know why, but that keeps him at bay. And Chilmo very, very close to Sophion. He doesn't want to make another mistake where he punts somebody through turn one. He didn't make it that time. That was very, very, very close. And looks like he lost a little bit of time on the exit, so he's not going to be able to make a move anytime soon. But
Alex, he just had a little incident going into the first chicane.
And that's good. Yeah, he's dropped quite far back. The good news for him is that unless he messes up really badly, he's not going to give up that position to Chris. So provided there's a DNF, as actually Chilmo goes a little bit wide there. Provided there's a DNF, he should be able to get some points regardless. But the way these guys are driving, I don't think there will be. Everyone's looking
Vito.
very, very strong. Mushroom takes a penalty. Did Vito take one as well?
No, he had a horrible
Contact there. Scar Logan moves to make a move on Vito. Did not realize Jared was right on the inside of him. They touch wheels. Jared's forced to tuck back behind him, and look at that. They're gonna be going at it. Vito's gonna be under attack from 2 cars here as they're both getting closer. Look how close they're. Wheel to wheel. Jared goes, you know what? You're staying behind him. Very smart move from Jared, and he's gonna pass 2 cars. I think no. Vito's gonna fight back. Look how close they are. The Ferrari not willing to give up his lead, and into Curva Grande. Jared's gonna take the lead, but Vito, look how close he is, all over the rear diffuser. He's gonna be making his move into this chicane. Yes, he is, side by side, and Vito takes the lead back. Oh my goodness, the racing we're getting today. And Vito takes the lead back. He lost it for a bit, got it right back. And can we talk about how smart that move was from Jer? He knew Scar Logan was going to make a move on Vito as well, and he forced him behind Vito. He had nowhere to go.
Huge. That's huge for Vito, though, and it hurts Jer. The more time he's having to spend battling, once again, the more wear he's going to be on the soft tires. Yeah,
that wear is going to be the determining factor in this race. I think he's still really close, but keep in mind he is on the fresher, softer, faster tire right now. It's no surprise that Jer has this pace, but Yuri gets out, and there you go. Like as I was saying, we have a safety car. Safety car here. If I'm Scar Logan, I'm diving in the pits right here. I'm putting sauce. Vito thinks about it. Oh, he baits Scar Logan into doing it. So Scar Logan dives into the pits. Vito gets a Mushroom picks up a penalty for speeding in the pit lane. This actually helps out Mushroom. We were talking about how he's probably going to be hoping to be able to put those soft tires on later.
But the field was still kind of bunched up from the last safety car, so he's going to lose. Actually, no, he's not.
No, because a lot of the field is pitting. Everyone's putting the soft tires on. But Vito trying to bait everybody into diving. He got Scar Logan. He did not get Jer. I have to say that's a smart call from Vito. Jer is on the softer tires. Jer is going to get away if there's nobody in front of him to block him. And while Scar Logan is going to have the pace now, he should be able to catch up to those two by the end of this race. If Jer was able to get that lead and set a gap, then I think that would have been race over.
Yeah. Too much pacing on the softer tire. I couldn't have seen a bounce back from Vito, but then again, he came right back and took the lead back from Jer after he claimed it for about a corner or two. So
yeah, that was an amazing fight between those two drivers. And Gernman says, he said this 10 minutes ago, he said high risk, high reward, going to be an interesting last 11 laps. How's this for interesting?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. The strategies have gone completely, or the beginning strategies have gone completely out the window at this point.
Yeah, we've had 2 safety cars, 2 VSCs. So I don't think we're going to see any more. Or did we have 3 VSCs? I think we're getting to the end of it. I don't think we're going to get any more. This is good for Chris Gann. Lets him catch up, provided he doesn't have to... Mushroom goes in the pits again. I think he put medium tires on by accident, and he wants the softs. So Mushroom is just going to throw away all those positions. I don't know why, because those medium tires are definitely going to be able to pace with the rest, at least for a little bit.
He's getting a new front wing.
Oh, it probably took a little bit of damage there under safety car, and he goes, you know what? Yeah, let's swap this out here. By the time the safety car goes, that puts Mushroom into dead last. That actually gives Chris some points. So, provided how disastrous his race was so far, I'm sure he's happy to see those points there. Yeah, I have to question that call from Mushroom. I understand that he broke his wing, but we're talking about Monza, where downforce is probably the least important out of any track on the calendar. You can definitely get around this track with a slightly damaged wing, so there must have been some pretty severe damage. At which point, stay far away from the guy in front of you. There's no reason to be hugging somebody under safety car because they're gonna tell you when it accelerates. So, yeah. I'll never understand these guys that break their wing under safety car, because all you have to do is give a couple gaps like these guys in the front are doing to the car ahead. And as soon as the field bunches up, then you only have about half a lap where you're in danger of actually breaking your wing. Mo. We have to talk about Mo though, choosing to stay out on those soft tires. That promotes it up into P3, so he's looking dandy for a podium right now. As the safety car is about to come in, Mushroom was able to catch up to the field, so good for him.
Gets a penalty for running into the back of Chris Cam.
Did he break his wing again?
Yep,
he did.
Incredibly.
You know what the worst part is that damage was worse than his previous damage. It's just pitted to replace. And Vito takes that field off right now. He's going to accelerate same place he did last time, right before Parabolica, to get the best exit. But unlike last time, Jair's actually able to keep up with him. Scar Logan was caught out on the last restart. Jair knows exactly what's happening here, and he's not going to be... is he going to be close enough to make a move here? He's not. Good for Vito. He should buy himself at least an extra half a lap of space. Look how good Jair is navigating that corner. Look how close he's cutting in there.
Oh, they almost touched.
They're going to be going side by side in this corner. Jay's going to take the outside line. That's going to turn into the inside line, and he's going to be squeezing out Vito here. Good job from these two drivers staying clean. Vito is going to lose his position, but he shouldn't despair because he knows that the last two laps is when his tires are going to shine, and he knows he's going to have a chance to fight back, but he has to stay close to Jay. Look at how quickly Jair is pulling away. This is what I was talking about earlier when I said that as soon as Jair had some clean air, he was gonna breeze off into the sunset.
This pack behind him is all on fresh soft tires.
Yeah, so we have
we got a car in the gravel.
Oh, Sophion making a big move on Scar Logan, getting right up the inside, barging on the inside. That's going to Scar Logan 2 positions, probably 3, as he's under fire. Look at how far Scar Logan is falling back. He's going to go from 4th all the way into 7th here, as he got a little bit loose coming out of the Ascari chicane, and that shows how one bad exit can really affect your race here on this racetrack. As Sophion gets past him, Cruz gets past him, the deck gets past him, and Lat Renault is all the way down in 7th. Not the restart he wanted. I heard you point out something, not sure what it was. I know Mushroom somehow
completely misjudged his car and went straight into the gravel. Helped Sophion gain a position.
Who did?
Spoon went straight into the gravel.
That also explains why Mushroom's ahead of him despite that damaged front wing. I'm sure look at how he's navigating this track with half a wing. I'm sure he wishes he hadn't pit and cost himself all that track position the first time.
Yep.
Like, he doesn't even look like he's struggling right now.
Sophion is right on the back of Chilmo. He's not going to get DRS just yet, but that slipstream.
I don't think he needs it.
Yeah. But now, if you're Chilmo, you got to be careful. Don't want to stick it.
They're going to be going side by side into the Ascari. This is a tricky corner to go side by side through. So Theon's going to have to cut a little bit of it. Going to get a warning. Mushroom is the one who take the penalty, though. And they're going to be, look at this train going into Parabolica. And I think we're going to be seeing some moves on this main straight. Look at Cruz dive down the inside of Chill Mo on those fresher tires. Mo's losing some pace. My goodness, this race is so intense. I'm forgetting to drink my water. And oh, and look at that, Mo under fire from the deck already. Deck going to make a move? The Deck is actually going to be very wise here. He's not going to make that move. That would have been very tricky and forces Mo into a mistake here. And Mo is going to come out and actually make contact with him on the exit. Don't think that's going to give any of them some damage. They're going to go side by side through Curva Grande. The Deck is going to have the pace, though. He's going to make that move stick. Mo is going down the grid, but he's not going down without a fight. We just see him battling with everyone, and as Mo and as Spoon, our two other guys that were on those old medium tires, are falling through this grid, Vito is actually staying out front. That's definitely a testament to his pace this weekend, but Sophion is closing in on him. Sophion should be able to make a move in the coming corner. Look how much he's closing in under braking there, as he just has that extra grip in those soft tires, and he's going to be making his move here, that's for sure, on the back straight. Vito running out of ERS. He's been defending, but Sophion's been pushing hard, so he's not going to have any overtake mode to pass the Ferrari. And this field is bunching up here. Is how I don't know how those medium tires are going to fall off here. It's looking like they're falling off a little bit quicker than anyone expected, as Sophion takes second place, and Cruz is going to be the next. Is Cruz going to think? He thought about it. Cruz thought about it. We had a good angle there in with the helicopter shot. I kind of wish this stayed this way forever. And as we see that gap already starting, we have an incident here. That's Scar Logan. I think he spun a little bit. Scar Logan's race going from excellent to very unlucky here. He retires from the session. He has some front wing damage. He's spun a couple times. I'm sure the frustration levels are extremely high for him.
Oh, Vito's off.
Oh, Vito getting a little bit of gravel in his wheel. That's going to affect him. That's going to give the spot up to Cruz. So just like that, the podium we thought we were going to see, it's just completely flipped up on his head here. And Vito already in fourth, and there's only a lap and a bit left. And now, I don't think he's going to have...
Sophion. Is Sophion going to be able to challenge Jer on the much fresher soft tires?
He's closing in.
To do it.
But they're both on no ERS, and there's only a lap...
Wait a minute, Mushroom.
What happened to Mushroom?
Out of the Scary.
Mushroom, he should get the point. He DNF'd with a lap left, so that should complete 90% of the race distance. But Sophion here getting under in DRS range. He's gonna get he's gonna get one DRS zone here on this racetrack. There's only one left, and he's gonna have to make it count, as he's getting 0.9. He just needs one really good corner.
He has no ERS. He needs to be saving right now.
No, but in his defense, neither does Jer.
Oh, Jer. Oh, that's right.
So they're both pushing to the absolute limit.
Oh, no!
Oh, Sophion gets loose, pushing just a little bit too far. That's going to give Cruz the place. So Cruz goes up into second. He was in like 7th place on the restart. What an excellent safety car restart from Cruz, as Sophion just pushes a little bit too much, rides the curb, and then the rear end gets loose. And the penalties can still come and affect the outcome of this race. We're only half a lap left. These two guys, they're not done fighting, though. I can see Sophion pushing a little bit here on this last straightaway. I don't think anyone's close enough to make a move here, at least not in our top 3. It's going to come down to penalties on coming out of the final corner. And yeah, so coming across the line. Look how much Cruz has closed up to Jer, though.
Bro, he was gunning for it. Look at it's going to be less than 5/10 of the line.
Oh my goodness!
From last.
Sophion is actually going to win the race from third. Sophion wins the race from third, as Jer is going to take an extra penalty. And
but remember, there's a penalty from Jer that we said we had to waive.
Yeah, we might have to waive it, because looking back at it, and I was thinking about this. We're gonna talk about this just in a second. But he might not be able to waive it, and there's a very good reason for that. But first, yeah, that's a Red Bull on top of the podium after the 2 Red Bulls had such a tough start. Sophion winning the race from 3rd place after making a crucial mistake in the closing lap. Jer finishing 2nd, Cruz 3rd, and Vito, I think Vito came across the line in 4th. But yeah, that penalty, right? So here's what I'm saying. Jer got spun around, right? He went through the inside of the corner, got back on track, and then cut through the corner. But you had to cut through the racetrack to cut through the corner. I don't know if you're following me here, right?
No, I completely agree. I those are the type of things that I hate. Like if you're already mostly on the inside of a corner, like off track,
yeah,
and you cut it like that, that should not be.
But that's the thing, is that he was there, and then he got out of it, got back on the racetrack, turned around, and then went straight through it. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
So
we have to talk about it.
yeah, we're gonna. The stewards are definitely gonna have to look at that incident. Just trying to play a little bit of devil's advocate here, just to not maybe guarantee the win just yet. That was an excellent. Yes.
Jared, he's only being shown for 3 seconds worth of penalty.
He served it in the pits.
He did. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So Jer, fighting back from 16th on the grid, finishes on track first, ends up with a on track second after it's all been said and done. And yeah, lots of penalties so far. Mushroom getting very unlucky there at the end with a last lap DNF and or before last lap. But yeah, Sophia and Jer Cruz, that's our top three. Vito, Chris, Deck finishes at the top six. Spoon, Alexia, and Chilmo are their last of our finishing cars. We had an excellent Italian Grand Prix here. That was quite the race. But yeah, so we're going to be back tomorrow. We have Tier 3 and Tier 1 attacking the exact same track. Thank you all for tuning in. I'm ISRL Knight. ISRL Carter was here with me. Anything you want to say about this race before we close the broadcast?
Is that if this Tier 2 race has anything to say about Tier 3 and Tier 1, then you're definitely going to want to have to tune back in because it's going to get even better.
100%. 100%. That was full of drama. Thank you everyone who stopped in to watch. We had a couple people in our chat today and quite a few viewers, so thank you everyone who stopped in. Don't forget to like us on Facebook, subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss a race. Season 2 is going to get underway in May, so if you want a seat for that and you don't have one yet, make sure to contact us so that we can get you a spot in the league. And don't forget to tune in tomorrow as Tier 1 and Tier 3 attack this race. This was round 11 out of 15. We have 3 races left after this. Bahrain, Austria, and Silverstone. So definitely a very interesting end of the calendar. Thank you guys for tuning in, and we'll see you all tomorrow.